Hi everyone, hope everyone is doing well. So today's movements, I really wanted to work on some of my favorite postural movements. And what I mean by that is with our current postures that we're finding ourselves in, being at computers, being seated for a lot of our days, it's really easy for our postures to end up being, rounded and hunched over. And these are three of my favorite movements to kind of counteract that. So the first one, all you're gonna need is a mat. If you don't have a mat, no problem. Using a towel will work just as well. So the first one, what you're going to do is go ahead and sit down on your mat. Straighten one of your legs, bend your other knee. And you just wanna think about staying really tall in your chest as if a string is pulling your head through the ceiling. And then rounding your upper back. So we really want to work on really getting tall one vertebrae at a time, thinking of a string pulling your head through the ceiling. And then I'm rounding my upper back. And this is going to help mobilize what's called your thoracic spine. Get tall one vertebrae at a time. And notice how I'm not looking up. I'm keeping my head in line with my chest. Round your upper back. Get nice and tall. So we just did 4 reps, we'll do the other side. Again, grabbing your knee, nice and relaxed posture. Nice and tall, like a string's pulling your head through the ceiling. Round your upper back. Get nice and tall. And I'm really trying to relax my shoulders, I'm not shrugging them up. Round your upper back. Get nice and tall, one vertebrae at a time. That string's pulling your head through the ceiling. Round your upper back. Last one. Get nice and tall. And that should do a really nice job of really extending your thoracic spine, which is really helpful for your posture. The next one, go ahead and lay down on your back, knees are bent. My arms are at a 90-degree angle. So if you look at me, if I sit up, my arms are like this on the ground. If you're laying on your back and your face isn't parallel with the ceiling, like let's say your face ends up looking almost above your head, I'd recommend grabbing a pillow and putting it under your head so your face remains neutral. All right, so arms at 90 degrees, and I just want you to go ahead and slowly try to reach your arms overhead, almost ending up with your arms in a Y position, and slide them back right at 90 degrees again, and slowly reach them overhead, and then back where you started. And if you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, as you're reaching overhead, keep breathing out. And then back where you started again. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Last one, in through your nose, out through your mouth. What breathing out does is it helps you not create what's called false stability, which would be flaring your rib cage like this. So breathing out really allows your ribs to come down, which asks for your shoulders to be the area we're focusing on in terms of gaining mobility. All right, the last one I want you to do, and I do think it's helpful, I love wearing hats anyways, but to have a hat on, because your forehead will be on the ground. You're gonna lay on your stomach with your forehead on the ground. So watch me do a couple of reps first before you do this. You're not straining your necks trying to watch me. So you're gonna put your forehead on the ground and your palms are driving towards your feet. Forehead's on the ground. I'm reaching my hands towards my ankles, and then I'm gonna sweep my arms up until they end up in a Y position, and then back down, reaching for my feet, and sweep your arms up and back down, And if this is uncomfortable to have your face on the towel, just go ahead and put a pillow under your forehead. Okay, so together, let's do this. Reach your hands for your feet and slowly sweep your arms overhead. When you get to the top, your thumb should be pointed towards the ceiling. Come back down, reaching my hands for my feet, slowly sweeping overhead. And last one, reaching for my feet and slowly sweeping overhead. Good. And then slowly come up and just kind of feel how much more opened up you are. Really quick tip before we leave one another. The best way to improve your posture is to just be aware of it throughout the whole day. So if you're seated, just thinking about keeping your weight evenly distributed over each foot and thinking about that string pulling your head through the ceiling. Or if you're standing, just being conscious of it. Those are where the real changes happen, because if you just do it a couple of minutes a day and then you go back into kind of a slouch position, it doesn't reinforce that pattern as well. Hope that helps, and stay safe, everybody, thinking of all of you, and I'll keep these movements coming to help us all feel a little bit better. Take care.